Hello and welcome to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This week, it's 1 week before Thanksgiving, and I thought I would do some Thanksgiving cocktails. Next week, I'll probably release a day or two early so that you can get another set of Thanksgiving cocktails to enjoy on Thanksgiving, or on Black Friday if you're running out to join all the craziness the day after Thanksgiving. But stay with me as we go through a number of cocktails meant for a great Thanksgiving get-together. Hello and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This week again we are going to go over some Thanksgiving cocktails. I'll do 4 cocktails this week and 4 right around Thanksgiving so that you can get a full set of choices that you can enjoy with family and friends. The first one that I'm going to do is a fall and Thanksgiving margarita. This starts with a glass that you use cinnamon sugar to rim around the top. So let's first do a quick little bit of lime juice on the rim, and then put that into some cinnamon sugar. Now I made the cinnamon sugar with cinnamon and allulose. You could also use Splenda, or if you're not worried about your carbs, then just use regular sugar. But that helps with a margarita with a Thanksgiving theme to have the cinnamon sugar. Next, we will add the ingredients. And we start with 2 ounces of Blanco or reposado tequila. And I'm using this Lelo tequila. This I found to be a very good tasting tequila. And it's available probably everywhere. And you can look for this. Tequila Ocho is another one that I like. A number of different ones that you could use. I would personally stay away from some of the cheaper things because those are the ones that might give you a headache afterwards. But this is one that's actually pretty good. I had done a review on this tequila a while back. So look back and see that episode and you can find out what the details are about this and where it comes from and some other things that are relevant if you're interested in tequilas. So 2 ounces of the tequila, 1 ounce of orange liqueur, and as I've said before, I make this myself because orange curacao or other orange liqueurs will have sugars in them, and this I made with either Splenda or allulose. I can't remember which. Allulose is better for you, but Splenda tends to taste a little bit better. But 1 ounce of this, so that gives you, again, no carbs because you're using the artificial sweetener. And when I made this, I thought I tried to target something that tasted like Cointreau. So it does give a pretty good approximation of what Cointreau tastes like. So you can look back at the video where I made that and try to do that for yourself if you need something doesn't have any sugar in it. Next is some lime juice and 1 ounce of that. And I do try to squeeze this ahead of time so I don't have to make the mess during a video. And the next thing is apple cider. It's hard to find something that's no sugar, but this had relatively low sugar or low carb content. Found it at the store. Sparkling apple cider. This has 18 grams for this whole bottle, but we're only using 1 ounce. So that gives you about 1.5 carbs. Next, we have 1/2 ounce of maple syrup. And I have this sugar-free maple syrup. This particular one has less than a gram for 2 tablespoons, which is equivalent to an ounce. So we're only using half an ounce. So it's really not enough carbs to be noticed. And since it might be a little sticky, I will use I don't have I'll kind of estimate that, a half of a tablespoon, which will be a half ounce. And it's sticking to this little bit, so that's something you need to be careful of if you're making other things, is to clean off your measuring devices. And next is pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice is a half teaspoon. Which seems like quite a bit of pumpkin pie spice for a drink, but it's what it calls for. And all of that, shake until chilled, and then strain into a prepared glass with ice. And this is the prepared glass, and I will put some ice in there. And we will strain the mixture into this. And not to waste the little bit of ice, we'll just put that in. Garnish with an apple slice and a cinnamon stick. So we have the cinnamon stick here. And an apple slice. And there we have the fall and Thanksgiving margarita. It's pretty good. Actually, I'm not sure that we need all the lime juice in there. It's a little tart, but pretty good tasting, and has those more Thanksgiving and fall flavors. So let me clean things up, and I'll be right back to do the next cocktail. So I'm back, and I've got a cocktail that really is a holdover from a Halloween cocktail. It's called a Senator's Cider Splash. But I thought that it's got cider in it, it's got spiced rum. It sounded like it would be a good one to have around Thanksgiving. So I thought I would do that here today as well. And with that, we start with 1 ounce of spiced rum. And I'm using one that I think is one of the best ones out there, if not the best. It's the Just Rum seasonal spice rum. It's really good. Go on their website at justrum.com or justadistillery.com. I think also resolves to it. And try this. Very good rum. You'll want to try it. And everything else that they have is really good too. So we've got the seasonal spiced rum. You could also use a cinnamon whiskey, but I wanted to use the rum in this. A ½ ounce of apple cider. And a ½ ounce is only going to have a little bit of carbs. half ounce of cranberry juice. You could also use pomegranate juice. And the cranberry juice I use is a light or a diet version, and that has very low carbs, so it's only like 0.15 of carbs in a half ounce of this. So, and that's not a lot of alcohol. I would probably double this normally to make this drink, but we'll just do it the way that the recipe calls. So shake this until chilled. And we'll strain that into a cocktail glass filled with ice. I'll just use some of the ice in here, and there's some ice already in there. So I'll just dump it in. And that is also garnished with an apple slice and cinnamon stick. And that is the Sinister Cider Splash. Very good. I think this would also taste good. Maybe actually a little better with the cinnamon whiskey, but the spice rum does taste good in it as well. So we will move on to the next drink as soon as I, once again, clean everything up. Okay, so now we are going to move on to something called the Fireside. This, I hope that I have the mixture down right, because it actually calls for 4 ounces of Grey Goose. I think it was off the Grey Goose website, but I don't use that. I use Tito's. So we will do that, and it says to, in the bottom of a rocks glass, and this actually I have a larger glass because I think this is going to take a bit of space, so it's just to heavily crush rosemary into the maple syrup. Should have put the maple syrup in already. And so the maple syrup is 1 ounce, and again, this is this one that I got that was did not have any carbs, or had extremely low carbs. It's less than a carb for an ounce, and an ounce is 2 tablespoons. So that should be an ounce. And crush the rosemary into that. So that'll be a little sticky. So then, and I'm not reading this ahead of time, but it's supposed to also have a pinch of salt. And we have these things. One of these says a pinch, and just use this to make it easier. That should be a pinch of salt. Okay, so next thing to do is to fill the glass with ice and add the vodka. And 4 ounces of vodka is quite a bit. and topped with pink grapefruit juice. Now the pink grapefruit juice, it is estimating about 5 ounces. So we'll just do 5 ounces and we'll stir that in. And we'll add just a little bit more ice to top that out. And garnish with a sprig of rosemary. I think I have another sprig down here. Yes, I do. And there we have the fireside. Not bad. It's one that's got a very different taste. You get that a little bit of that sweetness of the maple syrup, and the rosemary taste in there. But vodka does not have a taste on its own. It's a neutral spirit, so mostly you're getting that maple syrup and the pink grapefruit juice. And that works out really well. So again, if you're a vodka person, then definitely this is one that you'd like. Vodka and water, I know that some people like that. There's not a heavy taste in this, so it's not overwhelming, but pretty good. So try this out. It's something you can sip on for a long time and have a good time talking with friends. So let me clean things up and we'll move on to the final cocktail for this week. Okay, so we are going to finally do this last drink. And this is one that uses bourbon or a spiced whiskey. I don't have a spiced whiskey and don't know if I want to deal with that. But I am going to use an Old Forester 1910, which is a double-barreled whiskey, and it's very good. So we'll try this with the Old Forester and see how that comes out. So this is called the Woodland Spiced Mule. Therefore, I did use a mule cup. We start off with 2 ounces of the bourbon. Then lime juice, half an ounce. Again, more maple syrup, and that is a half ounce, which is equivalent to 1 tablespoon. Oh, actually, it's 1/2 of a teaspoon. And so I have some left in the tablespoon. So 1/2 of a teaspoon is much less than that. And I would stir that just to make sure it's mixed in. And you top that with ginger beer. And I'm going to put some more ice in. I didn't want to overload the ice initially. But now that I see what's in there, I'll add some ice. And of course, the more ice you put in, the less ginger beer you will add. So I have a number of different ginger beers. This is a very low cost one, Barrett's, and I still have some of this, so I might as well use it up. Otherwise, I've done a video in the past where I did a review of a bunch of different diet ginger beers, and there are many that are much better, but just for a general ginger beer taste, this Barrett's is reasonable in taste. So, oh yeah, it says about 4 ounces. So just to get a consistency, let's add 4 ounces of ginger beer, which will pretty well top it. So again, another cinnamon stick. I'll have to get some more of these. I'll run out before I get through the season. A little bit of rosemary and allspice. And it just says a sprinkle. Let me get this loosened up. There we go. And just leaving that on top, mostly for the odors. And we'll try this woodland spiced mule. Very good. If you like mules, you'll definitely like this. A lot of people don't like the ginger beer taste, but I do. And this has some unique flavors that I've not tasted before in a mule. So this is one that I think that you'll enjoy. So there we have 4 cocktails that you can make and enjoy with friends over Thanksgiving. And the first one was a fall and Thanksgiving margarita. The next one was a holdover from a Halloween cocktail, which is a Sinister cider splash. The next one was a fireside. And the final one was woodland spiced mule, or woodland spice mule. These are all good. These are all ones you might want to try. And if you do, let me know what you think. Also, check out the comments to get the recipes and any additional information that may be down there. But I do ask you to like and subscribe and comment and share with your friends and do all those things to help build this community and get the word out for these cocktails, since I tried to show everybody how to do these with less sugars, lower carbs. And that's probably good for everybody. But especially if you're like me and you're diabetic and you just want to keep your carbs down because of the effects that has on you otherwise. So share this with people and definitely subscribe so this will get pushed out to other people. Click the like button, assuming you like it, and let me know through comments so that I can know what people are actually thinking. So I do thank you for being here. And next Thursday is Thanksgiving here in the United States. I think that there may be some people outside of the United States who are watching this, but maybe they're still celebrating Thanksgiving, so they might want to try these as well. So definitely give them a try. Let me know what you think, and have a great time with friends and family. And come back next, probably Wednesday. I will release the next one. If not, I'll release it earlier Thursday so that people can have a chance to look at those cocktails as well for pulling into their Thanksgiving celebrations. So thank you, and God bless, and have a great Thanksgiving.